Welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series, the channel where hidden treasures, forgotten history, and incredible coin discoveries come alive. Today's episode is going to completely change the way you look at ordinary pocket change because we are diving deep into two Lincoln 1-cent coins that continue to shock collectors with their rarity, fascinating stories, and surprising market values. One of these coins came from the final golden years of early Silver Age American collecting, while the other carries mystery, scarcity, and collector demand that has exploded over time. So get ready, because today we uncover the top two rare Lincoln penny 1-cent coins, the 1963 D Lincoln cent and the 1975 Lincoln penny. 1963 D Lincoln penny. The 1963 D Lincoln penny represents one of the final moments before major changes transformed American coinage forever. Struck at the famous Denver Mint during a period of economic growth and rising consumer culture in the United States, this coin may appear ordinary at first glance, but serious collectors understand that certain examples are anything but common. The story behind this penny takes us directly into a fascinating era of American history, where coin collecting was exploding in popularity and millions of Americans were beginning to search through pocket change hoping to discover hidden treasures. The year 1963 itself carried enormous historical significance in America. It was a time filled with both optimism and tragedy. President John F. Kennedy was still in office for most of the year before the nation experienced one of the most shocking moments in modern American history with his assassination in November. During this period, the Lincoln cent continued to circulate heavily across the country, quietly witnessing one of the most dramatic decades in American culture. The 1963 D Lincoln penny was produced at the Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark beneath the date on the obverse. The coin was struck using the classic Lincoln wheat-to-memorial transitional design era composition, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This rich copper composition gives these older pennies a warm appearance that collectors absolutely love today. On the obverse side, the coin features Victor David Brenner's legendary portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. Brenner's design first appeared in 1909 and became one of the most recognizable images in American coinage history. Lincoln faces toward the right with the inscriptions "I in God we trust" above his head, "Liberty" positioned to the left, and the date along with the D mint mark on the right side. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparo. This reverse had replaced the famous wheat ears design in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The memorial design became iconic for an entire generation of Americans because these coins circulated heavily for decades. If you look closely at well-preserved examples, tiny details of the memorial columns and structure become incredibly sharp and attractive. The Denver Mint struck an enormous number of 1963 D Lincoln pennies, with mintage figures reaching approximately 1,774,000,000 pieces. At first glance, that massive production number might make the coin seem very common and inexpensive. However, experienced collectors know that rarity is not always about total mintage. In many cases, true value comes from condition rarity, mint state preservation, and unusual striking errors. Most 1963 D pennies entered circulation immediately and suffered years of wear in commerce. They passed through grocery stores, gas stations, vending machines, and banks before eventually becoming damaged or discarded. Because of that heavy circulation, finding truly pristine examples today has become surprisingly difficult. One major reason collectors chase the 1963 D Lincoln penny is because of its outstanding color classifications. Copper coins are categorized into brown, and red designations. Fully red examples retain nearly all of their original mint luster and fiery copper appearance. These are the pieces that command the strongest prices in today's market. An average circulated 1963 D penny may only sell for a few cents or perhaps $1, depending on condition. But once you enter high mint state territory, values begin rising dramatically. Mint state 65 red examples can sell for impressive premiums, especially if they display blazing luster and strong strike quality. The true excitement begins with superb gem examples graded MS 67 red or higher by professional grading companies. These coins are incredibly difficult to locate because even tiny contact marks, weak strikes, or discoloration can reduce the grade. Some top-quality examples have sold for thousands of dollars at auction due to their exceptional preservation. Collectors also search aggressively for full red specimens with strong eye appeal because copper is extremely sensitive to environmental damage. Exposure to humidity, fingerprints, or improper storage can quickly darken the surface. As a result, original red examples from 1963 are becoming increasingly desirable. Now let's talk about one of the most exciting aspects of the 1963 D. Lincoln penny, the error coins. Error collectors absolutely love this date because several fascinating mint mistakes have surfaced over the years. One of the most sought-after varieties involves repunched mint marks. During the early 1960s, mint marks were still punched by hand into working dies. This process occasionally created doubling or slight shifts in the mint mark position when workers corrected alignment mistakes. Collectors carefully inspect the D mint mark looking for signs of repunching, extra outlines, or unusual placement. Another valuable error associated with the 1963 D penny is die doubling. Doubled die varieties occur when the die receives multiple impressions during production at slightly different angles. This can create visible doubling in lettering, dates, or design features. Strong doubled die examples attract intense collector demand and can sell for substantial premiums. Off-center strikes also appear occasionally on 1963 D pennies. These dramatic errors occur when the planchet is not properly centered during striking. Depending on how far off-center the coin appears while still showing the date, values can increase significantly. Collectors also seek broad strike examples, clipped planchets, die cracks, cuds, and coins struck through grease or debris. These unusual minting accidents transform an otherwise common penny into a highly collectible conversation piece. Another important factor behind the popularity of the 1963 D penny is timing. This coin was struck just before the massive silver coin shortages and coin collecting boom of the mid-1960s. Soon afterward, Americans began hoarding coins heavily, especially silver denominations. Interest in coin collecting surged nationwide, and Lincoln cents became a major focus for beginner and advanced collectors alike. The 1963 D penny also carries emotional nostalgia. For many collectors, these coins remind them of childhood experiences searching through rolls of pennies or filling blue Whitman folders at the kitchen table. That emotional connection continues to fuel demand today. Market values for the 1963 D. Lincoln penny vary dramatically depending on condition and rarity factors. Circulated examples are generally inexpensive, often valued between a few cents and several dollars. Lower mint state examples can range from $10 to $50 depending on eye appeal. But elite examples become a completely different story. Coins graded MS-66 red can command hundreds of dollars. MS-67 red specimens may exceed $1,000, especially when they feature vibrant original color and clean surfaces. Certain auction appearances have shocked collectors over the years. Some nearly flawless registry quality examples achieved prices reaching several $1,000s because top collectors compete aggressively for the finest known pieces. Professional grading has become especially important for this coin. Because condition sensitivity matters so much, collectors often submit high-quality examples to services like PCGS or NGC, hoping for elite grades. Even a single-point increase in grade can multiply value dramatically. One fascinating aspect of the 1963 D penny is strike quality variation. Not all coins from the Denver Mint were struck equally. Some examples show weak details in Lincoln's hair or the memorial columns, while others display razor-sharp features with exceptional luster. Collectors pay strong premiums for fully struck examples. The original mint luster on these coins creates an almost cartwheel effect when tilted under light. This shimmering appearance is one of the defining characteristics of premium uncirculated copper coins. Storage methods also greatly influence survival quality. Many collectors in the 1960s stored pennies in cardboard holders, jars, or paper rolls without understanding the long-term effects of moisture and contamination. As a result, many surviving examples developed spots, toning, or corrosion. Finding a completely original 1963 D. Lincoln penny with untouched surfaces is becoming harder every year. That increasing scarcity continues driving collector interest. Another fascinating detail involves transitional collector habits. During the early 1960s, more Americans began saving rolls of uncirculated coins directly from banks. Some original bank-wrapped rolls of 1963 D pennies still surface occasionally, creating excitement among collectors searching for premium gems. When unopened rolls appear, collectors often hope to discover hidden high-grade examples capable of receiving top certification grades. Roll hunting remains a popular activity even today because incredible discoveries are still possible. Copper prices have also influenced public awareness of older Lincoln cents. Since pre-1982 pennies contained far more copper than modern zinc cents, many people became interested in hoarding them for bullion value alone. This renewed attention introduced many new collectors to coins like the 1963 D. Lincoln penny. The educational value of this coin should not be underestimated either. It represents a bridge between classic American coinage traditions and the modern era of minting technology. Studying these pennies teaches collectors about die preparation, strike characteristics, grading standards, and preservation techniques. For Lincoln cent specialists, the 1963 D issue remains a key date for building complete memorial cent collections in high grade. While circulated examples are abundant, obtaining superb gem specimens with full red color and flawless surfaces remains genuinely challenging. As demand continues growing for condition rarity Lincoln cents, the best 1963 D examples are likely to remain highly desirable. The combination of historical context, copper composition, nostalgic appeal, and condition scarcity keeps this coin firmly established in the numismatic spotlight. Even today, collectors still search through old penny jars and inherited coin collections hoping to uncover a hidden gem from 1963 D. And every once in a while, someone discovers a beautifully preserved example worth far more than they ever imagined. 1975 Lincoln penny. The 1975 Lincoln penny stands as one of the most fascinating modern-era Lincoln cents because it combines enormous circulation numbers with surprising scarcity in elite condition and highly collectible era varieties. At first glance, most people completely overlook this coin. After all, millions upon millions were produced and circulated across the United States during the middle of the 1970s. But hidden within this seemingly ordinary issue are rare varieties, high-grade condition rarities, and historical connections that have made the 1975 Lincoln penny a favorite among serious collectors. To fully appreciate this coin, we have to travel back to America in 1975. The country was recovering from economic challenges, inflation concerns, and the aftermath of the Watergate era. Popular culture was changing rapidly, and everyday Americans relied heavily on coins for daily commerce, because cash transactions dominated nearly every aspect of life. The Lincoln cent remained one of the most heavily used coins in circulation. Pennies were constantly exchanged in stores, vending machines, restaurants, and public transportation systems. As a result, most 1975 pennies experienced heavy wear shortly after entering circulation. The 1975 Lincoln penny was struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark at the time. Denver examples displayed the D mint mark, and San Francisco produced both proof and circulation quality pieces depending on production requirements. The composition of the 1975 penny remained the traditional bronze alloy of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This composition gives the coin its distinctive reddish appearance and substantial feel compared with later zinc-based cents introduced in the 1980s. The obverse continued featuring Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln. By 1975, Americans had already become deeply familiar with this design after decades of circulation. Lincoln's profile symbolized honesty, resilience, and national unity, making the cent one of the most recognizable coins in the world. The reverse still displayed Frank Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial design. Tiny details of the memorial building can become surprisingly sharp on well-struck examples, and collectors carefully examine these features when determining quality. The mintage numbers for the 1975 Lincoln penny were absolutely massive. Philadelphia alone produced more than 5 billion coins, while Denver added billions more. Such huge production figures might suggest the coin should never become valuable. But once again, condition rarity changes everything. Most surviving 1975 pennies are heavily worn, darkened, scratched, or spotted. Truly pristine examples with blazing original red color are much scarcer than many people realize. Collectors categorize these coins according to color designation, including brown, and red examples. Full red coins displaying vibrant mint color attract the strongest demand. One reason the 1975 penny has become increasingly popular is the challenge of locating high-grade examples with clean surfaces. During the mid-1970s, mint handling procedures often resulted in contact marks and abrasions before coins even entered circulation. Because of this, superb gem specimens are difficult to locate. A circulated 1975 Lincoln penny is usually worth only face value or slightly more. But mint-state examples with attractive original surfaces can command significantly higher prices. MS-65 red examples often sell for respectable premiums, while MS-66 and MS-67 red coins become increasingly scarce and valuable. Some top-certified pieces have sold for thousands of dollars due to intense registry competition among collectors. Now we arrive at the truly exciting part of the 1975 Lincoln penny story, the errors and varieties. One of the most famous and desirable varieties associated with the 1975 cent involves doubled dies. Doubled die coins occur when the die receives multiple impressions during manufacturing at slightly different positions. This creates visible doubling in inscriptions, numbers, or design elements. Collectors closely examine the lettering on Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date, looking for signs of doubling. Strong examples can command impressive values because collectors love dramatic visual varieties. Another highly collectible category involves off-center strikes. These errors happen when the planchet is improperly positioned during striking. Depending on the degree of off-center appearance and whether the date remains visible, values can rise dramatically. Broad strikes are another popular error type found on 1975 pennies. In these cases, the retaining collar malfunctions or is absent during striking, allowing the coin to expand outward unnaturally. Clipped planchet errors also generate strong collector interest. These unusual coins result from incomplete blanking during planchet production, leaving curved missing sections along the edge. Some 1975 pennies display die cracks or cut errors caused by damaged dies during production. These raised irregular features create dramatic appearances that error collectors actively pursue. Perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of the 1975 penny involves proof coins from San Francisco. Proof cents were specially struck using polished dies and planchets to create mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details. The 1975 S-proof penny has become particularly famous because collectors search intensely for cameo and deep cameo examples. These coins display frosted design elements against reflective mirrored fields, producing spectacular contrast. High-grade proof examples with strong cameo contrast can command significant premiums, especially when certified by major grading companies. The 1975 penny also gained popularity because of the broader Lincoln cent collecting boom. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, millions of Americans assembled penny collections from circulation. Coin folders became common household items, and searching pocket change became a national hobby. As collectors attempted to complete date and mint mark sets, they began paying closer attention to quality differences. This increased appreciation for condition rarity elevated demand for premium 1975 pennies. Another important factor involves copper value awareness. Since these older pennies contain substantial copper content, many people began separating them from modern zinc cents. This practice renewed public attention toward pre-1982 Lincoln cents. Auction records for elite 1975 Lincoln pennies demonstrate just how valuable these coins can become under the right circumstances. Superb gem examples certified at the highest levels have achieved remarkable prices, sometimes shocking casual collectors who assumed all modern pennies were common. Professional grading plays a major role in determining value. Tiny differences in strike sharpness, luster, color, and surface preservation can dramatically affect final grades. For example, A coin graded MS65 red may be worth a modest premium, while an MS67 red example could sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on eye appeal and market demand. Collectors often use magnification and specialized lighting when evaluating these coins. Even microscopic imperfections can influence grading outcomes. The original mint luster on a premium 1975 Lincoln penny creates beautiful rotating light effects, known as cartwheel luster. This visual quality is highly important for advanced collectors. Storage conditions have also affected survival rates. Many coins from the 1970s were stored improperly in humid environments or low-quality holders, leading to discoloration and spotting. Finding original, untouched examples today is increasingly difficult, particularly with full red color intact. One reason collectors remain fascinated by the 1975 Lincoln penny is its accessibility. Unlike ultra-rare 19th century coins that cost fortunes, this coin still offers ordinary collectors the thrill of searching through rolls, collections, and estate finds hoping to uncover valuable examples. Roll hunting for Lincoln cents continues to be extremely popular. Collectors search bank rolls and old collections looking for doubled dies, high-grade survivors, and unusual errors. Some remarkable discoveries have emerged from ordinary circulation finds. This possibility keeps excitement alive throughout the hobby. The 1975 Lincoln penny also serves as an educational gateway into numismatics. New collectors learn about grading, minting technology, die varieties, and preservation techniques through studying coins like this. For advanced Lincoln cent specialists, assembling a top-quality registry set often requires locating exceptional 1975 examples with near-perfect surfaces and blazing red color. Competition for these elite coins remains intense. Another fascinating detail involves strike quality differences among mints. Certain Philadelphia examples show weaker details, while some Denver and San Francisco pieces display sharper strikes. Collectors carefully compare design clarity when selecting premium specimens. The San Francisco proof issues especially stand out because of their mirror finishes and crisp detail. Deep cameo examples featuring heavy frost and dark mirrored fields are particularly desirable. As modern collecting trends continue evolving, demand for condition rarity Lincoln cents has remained surprisingly strong. Collectors appreciate coins that combine affordability, historical context, and the potential for dramatic value differences based on grade. The 1975 Lincoln penny perfectly represents that combination. While billions were produced, truly exceptional examples remain difficult to locate. Today, collectors around the world continue searching through old jars, bank rolls, estate collections, and dealer inventories hoping to discover a hidden 1975 Lincoln cent treasure. Some look for blazing red gems, others hunt rare double dies, and many pursue unusual mint errors that transform ordinary pennies into extraordinary collectibles. And that is exactly what makes coin collecting so exciting. Hidden history can still be found in the smallest pieces of change. A single penny overlooked for decades can suddenly become a prized collector item worth far more than its face value. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into the 1963 D and 1975 Lincoln pennies, make sure to subscribe to Coins Numismatic Series for more rare coin discoveries, hidden values, mint error guides, and fascinating numismatic history from around the world. Because you never know which coin in your pocket could become your next incredible discovery. And before you leave, here is one final fact that makes these Lincoln cents even more fascinating. Every year, collectors continue breaking auction records for high-grade copper pennies because surviving pristine examples are becoming harder and harder to find. Coins once ignored in circulation are now locked away in collections, certified holders, and museum-quality registry sets. That means the search for untouched examples grows more competitive every single year. Thank you for watching Coins Numismatic Series. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another hidden coin treasure, rare error discovery, or unbelievable auction story. We'll see you in the next episode.